Thank you, Tammy, and thanks everybody for coming. We just flew in from Nashville, and last night Paul addressed a number of state legislators and senators from the Tennessee legislature, and this morning we were hosted in the Senate and in the House, where they paid tribute to Paul and what he's going to do for England. The reason for that visit to Tennessee was that in October of last year, we, with the Tennessee Freedom Coalition, we organized a trip for 8 politicians from Tennessee, 7 Republicans and 1 Democrat, to visit Europe. We started in Dearborn, then we went to London, we went to Brussels, we went to Amsterdam, we went to The Hague, we visited Mr. Wilders, and we ended up in Antwerp, in Belgium. Paul was part of a meeting all of the politicians while in England, and part of the discussions over there. So this was a reciprocal meeting that they organized for him to come over, and we're taking him back to Canada tomorrow to do a number of events with various folks in Canada. You will probably hear some very amazing statistics out of Paul tonight. He is a very serious study of the problem of immigration, of multiculturalism, of the destruction of English society, destruction of English law, destruction of English culture. And you'll hear from the minute he opens his mouth that he is an Englishman. He speaks with a good English accent, much more than I can ever produce, and he'll share his concerns with you. He is a very close friend of mine. He's very brave, and nobody starts political parties in England anymore. It's virtually impossible to do so because they do not have proportional representation. So therefore, they have a system whereby it's the first guy past the post. And I guess America has something similar. Some of the smaller countries in Europe have proportional representation in smaller companies, like Wilders could start his company or start his party and actually get seats on the basis of those votes that they were getting. In England, this is very, very hard to do. But Paul is going to put his energies and his intelligence to work for this cause. And 3 months ago, he decided to do this basically full time. He is now the chairman of the British Freedom Party. They are, of course, fascists and Nazis and racists and every other epithet that you can call them, because that's what they get called in England, regardless of anybody or what you say that is different than the standard line of political correctness and liberal media. But that may, Paul says, let it be. The country is going down, and he and his folks are going to lead this fight into the political arena. Up until now, it has been done from a blogger's perspective. It's been done from various conferences have been held. People stand around and they tell each other how difficult and how tough and how much worse it's been getting in the last 6 months since we last met. A number of folks are now beginning to say it is time to begin to do something about it. And of course, the freedom parties in Europe, some of them are mirrored on Wilders, some of them are mirrored on other freedom parties. The Austrians we know very well. The Germans obviously started a year or so ago, didn't do so well, but we'll keep going. And now England will have its own freedom party. Canada has a freedom party, and maybe America needs one too at some point in time. Who knows? So anyway, it's with great pleasure that I introduce Paul Weston to you. He is a solid human being, and we support him to the extent we can. And I wish all of you will join us in doing that. Paul.
Thank you, Bjorn.